All right, these are what the connections look like when they're tinted with the solder and the seals are pulled up. You could see it pretty good on this one. There's no copper showing for the most part. It's completely filled with the lead solder. So at this point, I'm gonna slide the female connector end onto these pins, and you always want to put the female connector onto the main harness side. The reason being is it's shielded on the inside, so these pins sit on pretty deep inside of this connector, and the reason being is if there's power on that pin, it's less likely to arc out or ground on the body because it's recessed so deep inside of this connector end. I'll show you guys what it looks like right now when I plug it in. Okay, so this is the finished product of the connector end on the main wiring harness. So this is what they would consider the female connector end. And like I said, the female end always goes on the main harness side of your wiring. And this would be considered the male terminal. And this part of the connector will always go to the component side, because the terminals or the pins on this connector are a little bit more exposed. They sit a little higher inside of the connector, and there's more of a chance of possibly something, you know, arcing, I guess you could say. But at the end of the day, the component side usually doesn't have power. It's mainly the main harness side that will have power, so that's why they recommend you use the female side of the connector on the main harness, basically the side that carries power. But like I said, this is gonna branch off to my main turn signal housings on the Monte Carlo. That's the reason why I had to put 2 circuits onto 1 pin, but this is what it looks like. And it's all sealed up too, rated for 20 amps on these connectors. And then, you know, a little bit of added protection with also melting the solder onto the crimp after, you know, beforehand. Yeah.